Hi, I'm Dumbo Dan from SampleLibraryReview.com. Today we're going to be checking out the Renegade Acoustic from Indiginus Samples. Indiginus is following up the Renegade Electric, which was a huge hit among us users with the acoustic version. This time they delivered an acoustic guitar with two different playing modes, solo and strumming. Both modes include picked and finger-picked sounds, as well as a 12-string mode. Library downloads is 3.5 gigabytes. It's an acoustic guitar sample set, and it's got picked, fingered-picked samples, including sustains, slides, hammer-ons, pull-offs, bends, mutes. And the exciting thing about this engine is that those are all triggered by either key velocities or by key switches. Engine also includes a strumming engine with programmable patterns, custom chords, and chord recognition, as well as auto harmony. There's an editable effects panel as well as effects presets. Library does require the full retail version of Contact 5.5 or higher, and believe it or not, this library sells for just $69 US. I'll be sure to include a link to take you straight over to the Renegade Acoustic guitar page on Indiginus' site, as well as over to Sample Library Reviews Renegade Acoustic page, where we'll have all the demos, official videos, or any other review videos I find around the web. In this video, we're just doing a first look, checking out the sounds of the guitar, loading up some of the demo songs, and overall having a listen to see how realistic this acoustic guitar library sounds. Okay, I've got Indiginus pulled up here. You can see it's got one main NKI, this Renegade Acoustic, as well as some demo material, documentation, samples, and the resources. I want to share the demo material, and we're going to kind of base the review around that. They've included a couple nice little bits of demo material. I've been playing with it already. So I'll show you basically what it sounds like here, kind of out of the box, like so. Let's start from the beginning. Here we go. So it's pretty nice. It's got a nice clean sound to it. The muted strings sound really live. And I'll stop it right there. So basically, if you're not familiar with Indiginus's instrument, the basic way it's set up is you've got these two different blue and kind of aqua-y. These are triggering your playback of chords for up and down. So you could actually play however you would like. The chord structure is set up so you can actually flip through your keys this way. And for the case of this song, it's in G major, so you need to be set here. Just a note, you can also do MIDI CC and actually memorize or trigger different master keys, which are completely programmable. We'll get into that just by learning a MIDI CC to the master key. And you'll see as I play. So just by doing that, you can see I'm just going back and forth between these two here. The other thing that there is, which is kind of cool, is this area up here is like auto recognition. So it's going to try to create chords. Oop, I'm in the wrong place. Here we go. And because the latch is on until I hit another note down here, it's not going to stop. We've got keys, switches here that run us through our different strum patterns. So let's see. And all of these patterns, you can see it's got a pretty easy step sequencer that you can just kind of drag and move it around. This will mute it, so. Yeah, you might be thinking, oh, that's such a weird chord progression. It's because I've flipped around, and up here, this part is the auto chord recognition. I messed it up, basically. That's what I did. So I think I can just go back and reset chord, and we should be okay. Playing on the go, you have to anticipate the beat to get the strum to line up. There's also a 12-string mode. And it simulates a 12-string. It's not actually playing the chords here, actually. It's triggering the samples in a strummed method, and it's pretty cool. You can actually change, like if you wanted to change your C to a different kind of C with a 9. You could do it like that. You can actually reinvent all your chords. And so now every time you'd play a C chord, you'd get this, which is actually no longer a C chord, but you could always reset it and go back. All right, strumming pattern. I'm liking it. I feel like I want a little bit more dynamic range. And let's go ahead and check out. I know there's some EQ settings, or maybe it's considered the effect settings. So we've got color. Let's see. Also got these color settings actually sound really nice. You can hear the difference between 4 and 2 with the dreadnought. It's got more oomph in the low end. And I'm assuming this is an IR. So you can kind of get some fun sounds. There's also an EQ. It's on here. Now it's off. Let's go back to the dreadnought 1. And then we got flanger. We don't need that. Compressor. And we've got a stereo width and a gain there. And it looks like there's settings for different kinds of presets here as well. Yeah, that's kind of cool. The other thing we got is finger pick versus pick samples. So depending on what we're going to play with, you get a whole different sound from those. All right, let's move along. Let's move on to this next demo song and see what the setup is for this one. Let's get this guy out of the way. There we go. Now that is lovely. I think you'll agree with me, don't you? Okay, what we've got going on with the main player is the ability to trigger velocity controlled articulation. So, for instance, what we've got here, just a nice regular finger picked attack in the middle velocity. If I do a hard velocity, we go to this hammer on, and low velocity, we go to the mute right here. So here's the top, here's the bottom. And then we also have the ability, it looks like, to key switch. What is this key switch doing for us? It's a key switch upslide. That's how we get that sound there. So that's the A sharp right here. Is that correct? Oh, right. There it is. So it acts like a on-off key switch. And it looks like you have that for all of your attacks only. I don't see any key switch for your lower. So here's our attack for upper velocities and our lower velocities. These are key switchable. These are not, unless I'm missing something. And right now you can hear the difference between the finger-picked and the picked. And you can hear just with that little bit of a hard velocity, you really add character with those hammer-ons. That's a little slide up. Yeah. Fun. Okay, I'm really digging this. That sounds nice. Now let's go ahead and I'm just going to loop this and let's listen to some of these effects presets with this instrument with the fingerpick mode. Yeah, I am digging what this does. These are really nice presets. I mean, we're not even through half of them, and I've already heard a couple that I'm like, yeah, that's totally usable. Yeah, that really brings out a natural character to it. Yeah, that's really nice. I really like what the presets. I love when presets really do show you some of the range of an instrument. Seems like you could really whack it out if you wanted to take it much further with even more auxiliary effects. But for now, it's looking to me like, okay, here we go. So now we've got, I've got a couple pulled up here for our next. Oh, and now they're hogging the whole screen. There we go. Here's our next demo. Looks like we've got one doing lead and one doing strumming. There we go. All right, I'm going to stop right there. I'm getting a feel for what that is. It's just kind of showing off the two together. It's really nice. A finger-picked lead, which has a really nice tone to it, and a finger-picked strum, which I've sweetened these up, sending them out to a premium reverb of my choice. But it's got a nice sound to it. I think overall the biggest thing I'm hearing is just how powerful the articulation controls are, because I'm just going to solo this one. Actually, I'm just going to mute this one. It's easier. I can still keep talking. You can see what happens with the key switch articulation changes. Yeah, like trill ups, little bends, slides. And overall, it's got a really nice sound. I completely buy it. I'm a guitar player myself, as you might know. And this is cool. This is really cool because this whole time we're using a harmony key switch. So you see here, we've only got one note that we're triggering. Because we know what key we're in, and we already have, where it is, it's our chords for each key. That means when we go to turn our harmony on, we're able to we're able to just play a nice little harmony part there. I think there's even controls over what kind of harmonies we're playing. And here it's used as a key switch. Where is our key switch? Here we go. So together with our harmony key switch and our slide up pitch bend, this is a hammer on, I guess. We're able to do both at the same time. And now I got this on. Yeah. All right, let's check out the next little demo. I want to hear what this one's got here. This one's got it's got a lot more guitars going on. So this one has got a nice little finger-picked 12-string arpeggio pattern. There we go. Whoa, we got some chaos there. Something's gone terribly wrong with the strummer. He's left the building. I may have done some adjustments and really screwed him up. I'm not sure, to be honest. Let's see. Here's our strum pattern. We don't need that. And we don't need that. Right here. So let's listen to this 12-string configuration first. And I don't want to spend the time troubleshooting to figure out what went wrong here. I know it was playing back fine a minute ago. I know I key switched something. So that's a 12-string there. And I'll flip back and forth with 12-string off. Also notice we have noise controls, velocity. I found my harmony controls. Those noises really do come through. Those noises really come through when you crank it up like there. All right, our harmony has got some. This is a steel string harmony and blues. Yeah, so you got all different. Here's octaves down. You got octave up? I would assume so. No. All right, if you want steel was an octave up. Maybe not. Yeah, that's really nice too. Let's go ahead and check out this last demo project. And go ahead and pan. A lot of control and a lot of nice, realistic, easy to use programming. I like how you can just get in, play a little harder to get your different articulation. And switch softest articulation here. So you can really dial these in too, depending on how you're playing back, how your keyboard responds, how you play overall. I think for me, what I'm going to have as my takeaway is I really appreciate this finger-picked guitar. And I'm wondering if my arpeggiation this would be really nice, I think, for me to use. I'm curious to see. Yeah, that's cool. You see your strum on your lower velocity plays those palm mutes. And I think for me, this fingerpick sound is really nice. The fingerpick solo sound. And I really like the ability to go into your effects and change your color. There's even more velocity sensitivity. There's some expression settings, which I think is nice. And I didn't even show that you can actually control vibrato, I think, with just the mod wheel. There's also control a master vibrato right here if you want vibrato on everything. But I think that's just too much. The ability to have the little harmony come on. Makes a really quick, nice, easy way to play that, especially since you guys it's a key switch there. The strumming is really nice. There's something about it. I feel like I'm going to get away with this with accompaniment, no problem. When it's bare, it's really nice, but once in a while, I want a little bit more velocity control. I want a little more depth in my dynamic range of my strumming. Let me turn off the arpeggio. Like I go from muted to a medium to a hard with not much in between. And I feel like you really need, to be able to have that. So if I do something like this to try to see our difference in our velocities. See, you could yeah, I think that's what my main thought is, that the velocity there could have a little more control, and maybe it does once you get in and start playing with it. But honestly, hearing the demos and utilizing the Strum Pattern feature here and playing back, I just would like a little tiny bit more because it is so nice. It's such a nice, realistic strumming that I'd want it to push it, have a little bit more dynamic range in the velocity. Other than that, I'm really digging it right away from our first look. The pick sounds nice, but the finger pick is more the sound that I feel I'm going to be attracted to. Although the picking, once you're doing picking and strumming in the context of a full arrangement, I think it's going to cut through nice and clean. It's going to completely be believable and realistic. Really nice job, Indiginus, with what they've done with continuing on their Renegade series with the acoustic. Love your support. Love to hear what you think about this instrument. Comment in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe. Your support in those ways go a long way. And be sure to head over to samplelibraryreview.com for the latest news, reviews, and our weekly deals page.